YouTube. Welcome back to another video where we are essentially writing the vision, making it plain, be it diligent, because diligent hands lead to wealth, and we are being prepared, right? Because what? Why? The ant. We're called to study the ant's wisdom. Ants are preparing ahead of time before things happen. So we too are going to be wise and prepared ahead of time before things happen, specifically for this weekly outlook. Go ahead and share my screen. All right, this is the weekly outlook for the week of Sunday, February 8th till Friday, February 13th, 14th, somewhere up in there. And I'll be doing the same pairs as usual, DXY, AU, EUGU, and UJ. Sorry, Yen futures. All right. All right. So what happened last week with the DXY? My bias was a buy, and it in fact did that, right? It even got to the level that I was expecting to get to. And right now it's still sitting at a level. With that in mind, I am still buying. Why? Because as we can see, the market's creating higher highs and higher lows this whole time. But keeping in mind that this is still a correction, right? So now that it is at this zone, we need, I wouldn't say like shy away from buys, right? Because everything's saying buy, MACD, MAs, all this stuff is saying buy. But we do need to be patient again to wait for our entry confirmation and then target only be very conservative in our targeting, right? Because again, we are sitting in level and really we didn't even break beyond this, right? So price could either truncate or make it to this next level. So with that being said, potentially we prepare for not only DXY, but even the other pairs to potentially, shift structure and begin to go in opposite direction. As we can see, we are losing interest and price going higher. Some divergence up in here, as we can see. But nonetheless, yeah, let's be patient. I actually didn't even see any levels in here. While on the lower time frames, it's not looking too well. Um, so yeah. So if we were to create a higher high, then we can again then prepare to look for potential buying opportunities prior to structure shifting. Moving on over to AUD sorry, Australian futures. Last week my bias was a sell, and the market did that. It got straight to that level, and then it didn't go any lower. It actually just, in my opinion, consolidated for the week, right? High, same low, back at that same high. So, um, I do want to sit on my hands for this one specifically right now at the beginning of the week. But if I have to choose, right, either buy, sell, my bias is going to be a buy. And why is my bias a buy? Looking at this consolidation and what's going on right now, I can see that my MACD, sorry, on that for the 4 hour time frame, it is showing buyer's momentum. Um, and then not only that, the MAs are also above what it need to be, so that's also looking good. And as we can see, this consolidation, this correction prior to this impulse here, this could be a strong indication that the market does want to continue higher. But me personally, that's what I would like to do. I would like for the market to continue higher, break this high here, right? Break this consolidation high here. Then give me that correction that I would like to see, and then we can aim for higher prices. But I'm not doing anything personally until at least price breaks above this high. Moving on to Euro futures. Last week my bias was a sell, and the market did sell. It got to each and every single level that I marked, except this one. It got to each and every single level that I marked up. Which was nice to see. Now, why did I say it was selling? Sorry. This week, as of right now, I still do believe that the market is selling. Why? Because the structure right now is lower lows and lower highs. However, I do keep in mind that this overall downtrend is a correction to this overall uptrend here, right? So with that being said, we are at a level, right? We are at a level for this overall uptrend, meaning that price can respect this level, which is showing, right? Price has not indicated yet that it wants to continue lower. Um, it has not indicated that it wants to continue lower. So even though everything MACD is still showing sell, MA is still saying sell, I will sell in alignment with my board of directors. Um, Again, just being very conservative with those targets, right? Again, we're sitting in level right now. We're trying to aim to get lower, and we are in a correction, right? So my target shouldn't be too far. I mean, really, like me personally, if price was to get to this low, create a new low, I'm securing profit just because of why? Again, I have to respect rejection at these levels. And on the flip side, though, if price was to break structure, that would be also good. Then we would ultimately shift our bias to prepare for buy opportunities. As of right now, we are selling. And lower time frames is very messy down here. Very messy. So I don't even have any levels that I would like to potentially participate in. Yeah, I definitely need more things to be presented to me. I don't want to be guessing and forcing things because we don't be disciplined consistently profitable trading. That plan. All right, moving on to excuse me. Moving on to um um Great British Pound futures. So names right here, British Pound futures. Last week my bias was to sell, and the market did sell. Now what's going on this week? The market is currently still selling right now. How do we know it's selling? We're creating lower lows and lower highs. However, again, this trend is within this trend, this impulse here. So this is a correction. Um, Market is sitting at definitely sitting at level already. Um, However, our board directors, volume, MA is still saying sell. So yes, I'm still looking for sell opportunities. With that in mind, this actually looked to be the best opportunity that I had seen out of the pairs as of right now, right? AU was being funny, consolidating EU, um, strong divergence, lower time frames were not consistent with the higher time frame, but GU is looking much better, right? So not only are we sitting at the zone, it's okay, but as we can see when we drop down to lower time frame, structure is being maintained very, very well. Now, with that being said, okay, now identify me some levels. We are already sitting at a level, um, a nice level of that I personally like, right? We have a inside bar, we have inside bar, right? It got rejected, and then price came back and respected that level. So I'm like, okay, I like this, I like this, and it's also as of right now, it's a bearish engulfing. So I like this. And prices, it's been wicking. It hasn't really pushed through. There's no strong push, So um, this can potentially, like from Sunday when the market opens, go to continue in the direction of the overall higher time frame. But if not, this level is kind of funny. But I still do think this is a pretty good level. I can see price getting here and also potentially stopping. Again, either one of these levels, I definitely need entry confirmations. So I won't be striking just because I'm at my level. Um, they're going to need those entry confirmations. But yeah, I can see market coming to one of these two levels, then potentially pushing lower, right? Because that's what we got going on right now. Market is selling. Again, targets have to be conservative, right? Because this is an overall correction to the to the bias direction, which is the overall direction, which is buy, right? So we can get straight back to the level and reject, or we can push to the next level. But very conservative, my targeting and definitely following all trade management rules when executing inside any trade because you don't want to give you anything. First rule is to protect profit, then make money, then protect profits again. So I like what I see on British pound futures. The best one that I've seen thus far, where I, was able to even go to the step to put some levels where I can see the market stopping to continue. Moving forward to last but not least, yen futures. Um, hold on, give me 1 second. I want to go back and see to DXY. So everything's correlating kind of sort of well. DXY is buying. AU wasn't necessarily correlating, but EU correlating is selling right now, doing opposite. Yen futures, sorry, British pound futures, also selling, inversely correlating to the DXY, and yen futures should be correlating with it's inverse because it's the inverse. So yeah, everything except AU's pretty much doing the opposite of DXY. So that is even a stronger indication. Not the end all be all, but it's also another good indication of the market and its direction that it potentially be going this week, or at least for the beginning and half the week. All right. Last but not least, yen futures. A bias last week was a sell and it sold and it blew through all these zones that I marked up. Blew through all these zones, which is good. I personally had a lot of opportunities on yen future, sorry, USD JPY this week, and it went well. It went well. Of course, on a much lower time frame, but as of right now, my goodness, MACD, MAs, everything's lined up for a sale. Um, as of right now for yen future. Um, why must I say, looking at this impulse compared to the previous trend, we broke structure and we're series of lower lows and lower highs. This is just very strong trend. The candles are small. The candles are small, and it is a correction. But right now we are selling for sure. But with that in mind, though, also being as correction, I gotta know where we're going. Gotta know where we're going in this correction, and the market potentially stop here, or pretty much all the way down to this low. And ideally, what I want to see. I'm sorry, I actually did not draw that out. I don't know if I did it on. I don't know if I did it on British pound futures, but ideally, what I want the market to go in and create a lower low, and on a lower time frame. So, okay, create me a lower low, and then come back to one of these two levels here. Before either getting to this level or potentially getting to this level, right? That's what I would like to see for yen futures. These are some good areas on my lower time frame. But ultimately, what I did see on the lower time frame is that this all the correction. It's all the correction, right? All of this noise in here. So I do preference ideally what I need to see market create lower low, then come back to some of these levels. Come to these levels, then I can look for price, aim for price to go lower. Yep. So that's my outlook for this week, guys. Hopefully I wasn't all over the place. Hopefully I stayed to the point. Hopefully everything was made simple. I get it. I get it for myself. So ultimately I'm only trading for myself really. So it's making sense to me, but I also want to give y'all a level of clarity and understanding. So that way y'all also understand my approach, how I see it, what's going on, what I need to see, and what could potentially happen. So that's it. Thank y'all for watching the video. Y'all stay blessed by the best. God always.